To start off our first budget meal, I'm going to start with a side item, and it's actually my favorite side item to have with any meal we have, and that is going to be potatoes, carrots, and onions in a casserole dish. So I cut up about 5 potatoes, 5 carrots, and 2 onions. So I just layer them in a casserole dish and then just season it with seasoned salt and pepper. So I do that until I use it all up. So I've got about a couple layers on here. So this is actually my favorite side item. And you can see I'm putting some pieces of butter in there. And I used about 3/4 of a stick total. So at the end of the meal, I'll have the price breakdown of what this cost us to eat and what it would cost in one of our local restaurants. So yeah, that's all I'm doing here. This is our side item, and I'm starting with the side dish because I'm grilling out some pork chops. So I'm going to get this in the oven, and then I'll go outside and start up the grill. We do use charcoal, so I have to let that burn for a while before I use it. So that's what we're going to start off with our first budget meal. And just for your information, I did cook this or bake this at 350 degrees, and I do cover it for the entire time. I baked it for a total of about an hour and a half, but I actually probably could have taken it out at an hour 15. So this meal is the only meal in the video where we use the meat from the food pantry, but in the cost breakdown at the end of this meal, I did a cost breakdown as if we were to pay for it at the average price in one of our local stores. Okay, so let's do a breakdown of what this meal costs. And we'll start off with the vegetables, the potatoes, carrots, and onions. Okay, we're going to start with the potatoes. I used 5 potatoes, and I broke it down as to what we paid for the total bag, which was a 5-pound bag. I counted the amount of potatoes in the bag, and I broke it down per potato. So we used 5 potatoes at 17 cents each, and the total cost of the potatoes was 85 cents. Okay, the carrots, we also used 5 carrots for this. Breaking it down, it came to 10 cents each for a total of 50 cents for the carrots. We used 2 onions, and they were 25 cents each, bringing a total of 50 cents for the onions. Okay, so for the pork chops, we had 3 pork chops. We got them from the food pantry, so we used them. But if we had paid for these pork chops, the lowest price in our local area would have broke down to $1.71 for each pork chop, bringing the total to $5.14 for all 3 pork chops. Now, we did not pay for the pork chops, so if you were to subtract that $5.14, our total out of pocket for this meal would have been $2.51. But since I'm trying to do a comparison of local prices, the total for the meal, if we had paid for the pork chops, would have been $7.65 for 2 people to eat off this meal. Now, I also did a price comparison to one of our local restaurants, like family type restaurant, and a 2 pork chop meal was $11, and you got a potato and another vegetable, which in our meal we had 3 vegetables. So if you add in another pork chop, that would have brought the total to $16.50 if we would have bought it at a restaurant. So minus the $7.65 if we would have paid for it ourselves, the pork chops, that gave us a savings of $8.85. But as you know, we didn't pay for the pork chop, so that actually gave us even bigger savings. So that is the breakdown for the first meal on these budget meals. All right, everyone, so it's time to make another easy, budget-friendly dinner. So I've got white rice that's pretty much done, and it's just sitting on low. And in this cast iron skillet, I'm going to be frying up 4 boneless, skinless chicken breasts, or chicken thighs rather. They're mostly skinless. There is some skin on them. All right, so I'm going to put some over here. Now, this fits over just under half of the small burner over here. So I've got this one on as well. Might turn it on a little bit more. And hopefully we can get them all cooked at the same time. I will put the price of the total price of this meal somewhere on the screen here. So this thing fits 4 thighs perfectly. All right, so we're going to cook these up, and should be good and budget friendly. So this was a very easy and budget friendly meal to make. I made 4 thighs and a cup of rice, and the total cost of this meal was $3.79 for 2 people to eat. So that's pretty budget friendly. I couldn't find a local restaurant that just sold a chicken thigh dinner. I did find a place that sold a 4-piece chicken dinner, but that was a combination of breast, thigh, wing, drumstick. So what they sell theirs for is $9.50 for a 4-piece dinner. Again, that's not really comparing apples to apples, but that still is a savings of $5.71 if you were just to eat at home instead of buying out in a restaurant. Okay, so for the last meal in this budget-friendly meals video, I am making chicken taquitos, and I'm using chicken breast. So in the frying pan here are 2 chicken breasts, but I actually only used 1 for the taquitos, and I froze the other one. I just wanted to cook it up and have it ready for next time we wanted to use it. So the cost, again, breaking down the cost for what we paid for the entire pack, 1 chicken breast was $2.80. So I'm just counting that 1 chicken breast because that's what we used in this meal. So $2.80, excuse me, for the chicken breast in this meal. And instead of taco seasoning, I use El Pato sauce. And this can of El Pato sauce is 93 cents at Walmart. Okay, everyone, so here's the chicken. It's all shredded up in the pato sauce. What I'm going to do now, because I'm going to fry this in tortillas, I don't want the chicken to be juicy, otherwise it's going to tear a hole through the tortilla. So I'm going to put it in a plate with a paper towel to soak up some of that juice. I'm not going to do all of it because I'm not going to use all of it right now. So that's what I'm going to do right now, though. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take these corn tortillas, and I use El Milagro Blancas, the white corn from El Milagro. If you've never had these and you come across these, grab them and fry some chips up or taco shells or something, because they are the best. Alright, so now since I'm doing rolled tacos, I need these to be pliable, so I'm going to throw them in the microwave for a little bit until they're soft enough to roll up. Alright, so I think they will roll up. And now we're just going to fill them, roll them, and the oil is heating up right now. Now, when you do taquitos, most of the time the ends are left open. I almost want to toothpick them closed because the grease will go in there and they'll really cook up this chicken almost to the point of kind of burned. So it'll be open like that. The grease will get in there, but I'm going to just go ahead and try it that way. That's the way they're supposed to be done. I'm just going to make 6 right now. 3 for me and 3 for Glenn. I don't know how many we're going to eat, and I don't want to make a whole bunch. Alright, so there's 6 taquitos, and we're going to get them fried up now. Alright everyone, so let's go ahead and do our breakdown of this meal for 2 people. I broke down the price of the chicken and the El Pato sauce, but we'll just do that all together right now. 1 chicken breast was $2.80. 1 can of El Pato sauce was 93 cents. And 6 corn tortillas broke down to 54 cents. So that brought the total for this meal for 2 people to $4.27. I don't know how much cheaper you can get it, but in doing a price comparison to one of our local Mexican restaurants here, their taquitos, chicken taquitos, if you were to buy 6 of them without any, just like we did, without any rice and beans, it would come out to $15 for 6 chicken taquitos. And with what we did at home, just by making them at home for $4.27, that gave us a savings of $10.73. So it does pay to make your food at home. So that's going to do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I think this was the first time I really did a budget-friendly breakdown of the meals. So if you'd like to see more of these types of video, drop it down in the comments below. But thank you so much for taking time out of your day to watch my videos. I truly appreciate all of you. And with that, remember to live life, be good to yourself, and be good to others. Until next time.